Hey everyone, Pika here. Since you guys wanted to see my Fakemon, here it is. As I said in my Q&A, I'm from New England, hockey is culture here, and I've grown up watching it and going to games, and it's my all-time favorite sport. But there isn't a hockey-themed Pokemon yet, even though we're 9 generations and over 1,000 Mons in. So, I made a hockey-themed Fakemon to satisfy my hockey-loving heart until Game Freak makes an actual hockey-themed Pokemon. I hope you guys like it. I worked really hard on it and I've got all its details written down and ready to share. So, here we go. Its name is Enroarcer. It actually used to be called Frostpaw. I'm not good with names, so one of my brothers came up with the name instead. But I decided to change it for 2 reasons. One, I was made aware that there's a character in a very popular book series, Warrior Cats, called Frostpaw, and I didn't want to look like I was copying that character even though I didn't know of that character's existence. And 2, the more I thought about it, Frostpaw just didn't sound enough like a Pokemon name to me, so I decided to change it. But, as I'm not good with names, I had the help of my best friend Sinnoh and Vulpix for this task. She really helped me out with this, and I don't know if I would have been able to come up with the name Enroarcer without her help. So, a big shout out to her is in order here. Vulpix, thank you so much. I really appreciate all your help with the naming process. I couldn't have done it without you. Its category is the Ice Hockey Pokemon. Its type is Ice Fighting. Its height is 5'11". Its weight is 180 pounds. Its gender ratio is 75% male, 25% female. Its evolution, well, it's not a Pokemon that evolves into or from anything. Its stats: HP 70, attack 120, defense 60, special attack 95, special defense 70, speed 130. Its base stat total is 545. This Pokemon's stats make it a true glass cannon, just like the ice type was meant to be, but somehow that fact is always forgotten when Game Freak makes new ice type Pokemon. Biology. Yes, I know my drawing of it is right there, so technically the physical description isn't needed, but I'm including it anyway because I can and I want to. Anyway, Enroarcer is a slender, sleek, speedy yet strong, bipedal snow leopard-like creature that is white and has ice blue rosettes and markings on its head and face similar to a hockey helmet and visor. Its torso is ice blue, resembling a hockey jersey. It has fluffy white-tipped tufts of fur on the top of its head, fluffy white-tipped cheeks, and a large tuft of thick, fluffy white fur on its chest. Its ears are rounded triangular shapes, and its inner ears are ice blue. It has blue eyes with yellow sclera and a small pink nose, as well as 2 long whiskers on each side of its face. Its mouth has 2 sets of fangs, one on top and one on the bottom. The top fangs can be seen even when its mouth is closed. It carries a hockey stick made of ice. Its paws and claws are freezing to the touch, which makes sure the stick never melts. Its paws have ice blue paw pads, 1 small one on each paw's 3 digits, and 1 larger one on the base of each paw, similar to the way a cat's paw looks, but unlike a real cat, these paw pads are actually glands that are capable of freezing things. Its large, long claws are made of ice, and they can never break or melt due to its body temperature, which is negative 100 degrees Fahrenheit. It can retract the claws on its hands, but not the ones on its feet. Its tail is long, thick, and white with the aforementioned ice blue rosettes, as well as a fluffy ice blue tip. It can skate on ice effortlessly. It doesn't even need skates. It benefits greatly from the battlefield being frozen, though it is capable of battling even if the battlefield isn't frozen, as it can make it frozen just by channeling its body temperature to its paws and using that to freeze anything it touches. It uses both speed and strength to overwhelm its opponents and moves around the battlefield as if it's in a hockey game. Personality and behavior. Groups of them are called teams, and Enrorser has a very strong team mentality. Everyone on its team is considered an equal, and it is very loyal, friendly, and protective of its teammates. Don't mess with anyone Enrorser cares about because it will strike back in its teammates' defense. Its team mentality even extends to its trainer, as well as any Pokemon it sees being treated poorly. If it sees a Pokemon being treated poorly by anyone, Pokemon or human, it will defend it from its bullies, then take it in as a new teammate, becoming great friends with it in the process. It cares very deeply about things being fair, and to it, abuse, bullying, and ostracization of any kind is not okay. Don't be surprised if you see a team of Enrorser that includes various other Pokemon species among its members, or even a team with only one Enrorser acting as captain, and every other member being a different Pokemon species. Enrorser can get pretty violent, but it's always with the best intentions in mind, to protect and defend its teammates from anyone who treats them poorly. It is bipedal, but it still acts very much feline when hunting prey, dropping down on all fours, stalking it, and then pouncing on it, before freezing it with its paws. Bird Pokemon and rodent Pokemon are its favorite food, but it only eats those if it is in a team with other members of its species, and nothing else. If it has a trainer, or is in a team with other Pokemon species, it prefers to eat berries, which it also freezes before it eats. It is also a very skilled tree climber. Pokédex entries. It uses its frozen paws and icy claws to freeze the ground it walks on, turning it into an ice rink on which it skates around swiftly and effortlessly in and out of battle. Groups are called teams, of which they are very loyal to and protective of, and they train by playing hockey together to hone their skills. It has a very strong second Pokédex entry. It has a very strong team mentality and sense of justice. It takes in Pokemon it sees being treated poorly and makes them teammates. Don't mess with its teammates no matter what. If you do, it will get very angry and violently defend them. Name origin. Its name comes from the hockey term enforcer, which is a player who is quick to fight to defend their teammates from violent members of the opposing team. This is exactly the type of behavior that this Pokemon exhibits. It also comes from the word roar. Design origin. Visually, it is based on an ice hockey player, as well as a snow leopard, but it also has some inspiration from the other big cats in terms of vocalizations it makes, as it can roar, which is something snow leopards cannot do. It chuffs and purrs like a snow leopard. It can also roar like a lion and growl like a tiger. Its snow leopard chuffs and purrs are used when it is happy, content, or comforting its teammates or trainer. Its tiger growls are used when it gets aggressive during battle or hockey games, or is ready to pounce on something or someone. Lastly, its lion roars are used when it needs to be as intimidating as possible, like when it defends its teammates. Of course, since it is a Pokemon, all of these sounds are made using syllables of its name except for the chuffing. Also, like lions, they live in groups, instead of being solitary creatures like other big cats. Its team mentality and close bond with its teammates is inspired by my personal favorite NHL team, the Boston Bruins, which, happy centennial to them, by the way. It's a huge accomplishment and a big celebration for them. I've been a huge Bees fan my whole life. Can't believe it's their 100th season. Who are a very tight-knit group, both on and off the ice. Now, here's the shiny form. This is what the shiny form looks like. The white parts remain the same, as do the parts made of actual ice, so its claws and hockey stick. In regards to its fur, though, all the blue parts are turned golden yellow, and the eye and sclera colors are flipped as well. What do you all think of the shiny? Which color scheme do you prefer, normal or shiny? My new friend Ninfiarate helped me decide the shiny colors, so a big shout out to her is in order as well. Latte, thank you so much for your help. I really do appreciate it. I wouldn't have been able to figure out the shiny coloration without you. And now it's time for the abilities it can have and moves it can learn. It has 2 possible primary abilities, as well as a hidden ability. Its primary abilities are both brand new and exclusive to Enforcer, so let's start with those. Its first one is Face Off. The Pokemon's attack and speed increase by 1 stage each time it enters battle. Its second one is Shootout. The Pokemon's Ice-type moves gain priority, and its speed increases by 1 stage each turn it uses one. Its hidden ability is one that already exists in the Pokemon games. It's Super Luck, which boosts the crit ratios of all its attacking moves. Now let's go over the moves it gets. Enforcer has 3 signature moves, just like how Vespiquen has 3 signature moves. We'll start with those. Its first signature move is Hat Trick. It's an Ice-type, 90 base power physical move. The user creates 3 hockey pucks out of ice and shoots them with its stick at the target in rapid succession. This attack never misses and has a heightened chance of landing a critical hit. It is not a multi-strike move, however. It is more like Hisuian Decidueye's triple arrows, according to the animation for it that I imagine in my mind. Its second move is Sub-Zero Slash. It is an Ice-type, 80 base power physical move. The user extends its frozen claws and slashes the target with a strong swipe. This may leave the target frozen. Its last signature move is All-Out Aggression. It's an Ice-type, 120 base power physical move. The user zigzag skates toward the target at full speed, then strikes with a stick to the back and a flurry of swift but strong punches. This attack does both Ice-type and Fighting-type damage, but the user is penalized by having its defenses lowered and not being able to use the move again for 3 turns. So it's basically an Ice-type close combat, but it does both Ice and Fighting damage, and on top of the defenses being lowered, you can't use the move again for 3 turns. Now here's its move pool in general, starting with the level up moves, which by the way are not in any particular order. If any of you can help me come up with an order for these, that would be much appreciated. So here's his level up moves. Scratch, Quick Attack, Bite, Double Kick, Ice Shard, Double Team, Agility, Power Up Punch, Mach Punch, Slash, Ice Fang, Crunch, Roar, Retaliate, Throat Chop, Night Slash, Double Edge, and its signature moves Hat Trick, Sub-Zero Slash, and All-Out Aggression, Freeze Dry, Ice Beam, Swift, Iron Tail, Close Combat, Icicle Crash, and Sheer Cold. Those are its level up moves. Now onto the TMs, which are in numerical order based on the TM list in Scarlet and Violet. So TMs it can learn: Takedown, Agility, Scary Face, Protect, Fire Fang, Thunder Fang, Ice Fang, Low Kick, Acrobatics, Confuse Ray, Thief, Pounce, Chilling Water, Facade, Poison Tail, Aerial Ace, Hex, Snarl, Metal Claw, Swift, Icy Wind, Low Sweep, Dragon Tail, Endure, Snowscape, Smart Strike, False Swipe, Brick Break, Zen Headbutt, U-Turn, Shadow Claw, Foul Play, Psychic Fangs, Thunder Punch, Ice Punch, Sleep Talk, Drain Punch, Dragon Claw, Metronome, Poison Jab, Rest, Taunt, Swords Dance, Flash Cannon, Dark Pulse, Leech Life, Substitute, Aura Sphere, Dragon Pulse, Ice Spinner, Play Rough, Reversal, Ice Beam, Blizzard, Giga Impact, Outrage, Focus Blast, Close Combat, Terra Blast, Roar, Toxic, Smackdown, Knockoff, Lunge, Uproar, and Focus Punch. Well, that's all the details about my Fakemon and Enforcer. What did you think of it? I hope you all enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions or comments in regards to anything about Enforcer, please feel free to leave them in the comments below, or if you're in the chat at the premiere, I will stay in the chat to answer any questions you have. Once again, a big shout out and thank you to my friends Vulpix and Latte who helped with the renaming and shiny coloration respectively, and a big thank you to all of you for watching. Have a great day or night depending on your time zone. Until next time, Pika out.